turn on. I feel like I'm at Meet the Press and I'm the only one here. And you guys can ask me anything you want to know about my world, so that's going to make fun, and I'll have some fun stories I can tell you about my experiences in this crazy. We have a question already, yes. Where's Fuzzy with the microphone? Oh, here he is. What happened to Fuzzy?
Oh God, I hate my voice. First of all, hey Richard,
hey.
Still a little nervous. This one just came to mind. Thank you, Khalil. This one came to mind. You did Batou for Ghost in the Shell, right?
I did.
So
yes, I did.
So where did you how did you audition for it? Like, where did you first hear about this role or that?
Most of the roles that I've done, I had to audition for, and Ghost in the Shell was no exception. So I got a call from what was it, manga? The company that did it, Bondi. Hello. Sorry, it's a little early for me. I'm still waking up. I got a call from Bondi, and they had me come in and audition for this movie. That was the first one. Was the Ghost in the Shell movie. So I did the movie, and then I didn't think much of it. And the movie was pretty cool, but I didn't think anything else. I've done over 300 characters, so I go in and do the part, and sometimes something happens with it, sometimes it doesn't. And then they had the series, Ghost in the Shell series, and I had to audition for that again. I thought, well, I've got the part. No, you have to audition for it again. So I had to go in and audition for the series against about 200 other guys. And basically, the only two guys that made the cut was me and Bill Knight, who plays Aramaki, the chief. So we were the only two guys from the original movie, and everybody else they replaced. So they still liked us the best out of all those guys. So I was happy that I got to do Batou again. And then, years later, when Batou came back in Ghost in the Shell Innocence, the Ghost in the Shell Innocence 2 movie, I was actually here in Boston. My son went to Berklee College of Music. And I was here, we were at a movie theater, and I saw a poster of it, and it's the first I'd heard of it. I said, wow, there's a Ghost in the Shell movie coming out. And I said, this is pretty weird. So I tried to find out what was going on with it, because I said, well, I want to be part of this thing. So I found out that DreamWorks owned the rights to the movie. And my big concern is whenever a big studio like that has the rights to the film, that they're going to have Johnny Depp play the voice of Batou or something like that, and release it like that. So I thought, I don't want that. So anyway, I had done some supervising for DreamWorks. I supervised Madagascar, Chicken Run, Galaxy Quest, Gladiator, a whole bunch of movies, E.T., the 20th anniversary. I supervised for them all over the world. And so I thought I had some juice with them, and I tried calling them several times to find out what the deal was, and I couldn't get through to anybody. So I went to Otakon, and they told me that the people from DreamWorks were there, so I tried to hook up with them there, and I couldn't find them anywhere. They had left. And I'm on the bus going to dinner, and there's this lovely Asian lady next to me, and I start talking to her, and it turns out she's one of the producers of Ghost in the Shell. So I start talking to her, and she said, well, I can't do anything for you. You've got to talk to DreamWorks, because they own the North American rights to that film. So she gave me the name of the lady to talk to, and once again I tried calling, nothing. I couldn't get through. They wouldn't return my calls, nothing. So then I went to Expo in London, and Manga UK approached me. They said, we don't like what DreamWorks has done. They released the movie with these terrible subtitles, which kind of sucked. I don't know if any of you saw the subtitle version of it, but they had all the stage directions in the subtitles, so it made it even more difficult to follow the plot. And basically asked me, I have a company called Epcar Entertainment. Great name, took me a long time to come up with that. And asked me to bid on it, so I did. And the moral of the story is be careful what you wish for, because I got everything I wanted. I got to write it, direct it, and do the voice of Batou. And that was wonderful, and I really enjoyed that. And then 5 years later, Bondi, in their infinite wisdom, decided they were going to have an English version of it too. But they wanted to use the guys who wrote it from the Gits TV show. They wanted them to do the script. So I had to go back and play Batou in the same movie with a different script. So it was just kind of bizarre, actually, to tell you the truth. So there's two versions of it. There's the US version, the UK version. I prefer the UK version because it's my version. I wrote and directed it. And I think that if you want to see how I really think Batou should be played, that's the way I think Batou should be played, because I don't always agree with the director, but he's a great director, but I don't always agree with with how he directs me in that part, and that's a problem sometimes when you're in the booth. You kind of have to acquiesce to the director. So, any other questions? Yes.
Can I break in here real quick, Richard? Hey guys, I'm going to be going around with the microphone, so if you have a question for Richard, please raise your hand and I'll come to you next. When you ask your question, please stand up so he can see you and ask him the question. So these two ladies were next.
Who the hell is this guy? Did you guys invite this guy?
Well, they gave me a microphone.
You know you're in a red shirt, so don't go on Star Trek.
An expendable. No.
Those Klingon bastards killed my son. Go ahead.
I don't think I have to stand up. Okay. I actually have two questions. What was the craziest thing you ever did to a fan, and what was the craziest thing a fan has ever done to you?
I don't know. I don't think I'm that raucous, to tell you the truth. Craziest thing a fan ever did to me. I don't know. I did have one girl who called my wife and told her that she was going to be running away with me, which was news to me and my wife, and that was kind of crazy. Craziest thing I ever did to a fan. I don't know. I try to be very nice to the fans. I don't try to do anything crazy to the fans. The fans are wonderful. I love you guys, and I appreciate you coming out and seeing us, and I appreciate that you enjoy the work we do. And you know, I ran into some lady in the lobby. I think she's here. Oh, there you are. Yeah, and you were asking me why. You know, it was your experience, and you felt the voice actors really appreciated the attention more than like the normal, you know, movie stars or TV stars or whatever. And I said, what I think the reason is because we're stuck in these dark booths all the time recording these, you know, the dialogue. We don't really get to see anybody or hear an audience. So when we come out and you guys appreciate our work, it's wonderful for us to get that. So we appreciate it as much as you do. So yes, Mr. Oh yeah.
Hi, Richard. My question for you is, what is the most funniest things that ever happened to you while you were recording in the booth?
You just want all the dirt, don't you? I'm trying to think of. Well, it was one time. This is kind of an unsavory situation. What the hell is this? It's a half-eaten marshmallow bird. It's really kind of revolting. I should auction it off. Yes. I was in a booth one time working on a movie, and we did Walla. You guys know what Walla is? And it's when group voices, basically. In other words, if you see a scene and everyone's at the restaurant, all the background voices you hear, that's called Walla, and those are the people talking in the background. So we were working on some, I don't know if it was animated, I can't remember, but I was in with two guys, and we were in a really small, tiny little booth. It was like the size of a closet, and one guy had really bad gas. And he was just letting them rip like every fight. And we were like, I was like dying in there. And every time he would let one rip, the other guy would laugh like a hyena. So I thought to myself, I'm in hell. This is what hell is, you know, stuck in this room with these guys. So I got out and the client comes over to me and goes, oh yeah, I see you were stuck in the booth with the gas man and the village idiot. So that was kind of a strange, I don't know if that was the funniest thing that ever happened, but it was certainly uncomfortable. Yes.
Oh, hello.
Hi.
Two things.
Yeah.
I have something for you.
Uh-oh.
No. Here you go.
Oh, that's so wonderful. Thank you.
There you go.
Wait a minute. It says dum-dum. Are you trying to tell me something?
That was the only one. That was the only one they had. They did not have Charms Bull Pops.
Dum-dums. Lollipops for idiots. Thank you very much. That's very sweet of you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
See, I know you forgot your question. I got you so
Okay, I know you were the voice of my Otis Mime.
I was.
What was it like playing that character?
Well, a few people realize I directed the first season of Digimon.
You did.
I did. And I thank you. And I did my Otismon, and I did Edamon, and I also did 8Mon. And my Otismon was a lot of fun. I played Dracula several occasions, and so basically my Otismon was just me being Dracula without the Transylvanian accent. So it was pretty easy, you know, to do that. The one I really kind of enjoyed, though, I know a lot of people really like my Otismon, which is great, but I really love playing Edamon because I got to be Elvis, so that was fun. Yeah, so that was fun. And we came up with that. It's kind of a, it's funny how these things come up. I was doing this show called Techno Man. Have any of you guys seen the show at all, Techno Man? I've got one guy who saw it. That's why the show went in the toilet. Only one guy watching it. But anyway, when I was cast to do the part, it was the part of Mac, and he's kind of like the Scotty of the ship. It's a spaceship. And originally they wanted me to do like a George C. Scott voice, like, hey, let's do this, boy. A really rough kind of voice. And we came up with this voice. I don't know, all of a sudden I just started doing Sean Connery all of a sudden. And I thought it sounded great, so we just kept that. And we went along with that and used that, and it worked. So what happened one time, I was doing some stuff for DreamWorks, and I was in Germany, and I switched on the TV, and they were showing Techno Man in German, but the guy who was playing Mac had a Scottish accent. And I thought, that's really cool, because what happens is these other territories, they get our versions of it, they get the English versions, and then they use those to do their dubbing. So they heard my Scottish, and they figured the character had to be Scottish. Where did Fuzzy go? Oh, okay, sorry. There's somebody in the back too.
I heard that you're playing a character in the new series Legend of Korra.
Yes, that's true.
I'd like to know if you could tell us maybe what your character's name is and anything else that you'd be allowed to say about the new show.
It's so funny that you asked me that. Yeah, I'm in the new sequel to Avatar called The Legend, Airbender, Legend of Korra is the name of it. And there's some amazing, huge movie stars and TV stars in that along with me. And I unfortunately cannot tell you who I'm playing because that was the agreement I had with them. They allowed me to say I'm in it, but they said that's all I can say right now. So it looks to be a really cool show, and I hope you guys watch it. And I hope they do go on for 4 years like Avatar did. That would make me happy.
Hi, I have a question. Out of all the 300 characters you've played, which one was your favorite?
Number 187. She's looking at me like, that's I get asked that a lot, and that's a tough question for me because they're kind of like your children. You kind of like them all, and you always do your best, even if whatever the situation is. You always try to go and do your best job. Batou is one of my favorites. Jigen Lupin III was one of my favorites. Ziggy in Xenosaga. Ansem in Kingdom Hearts. I'm trying to think of some of the other ones that I did. I just played Skywarp and Transformers and yes, thank you. Detective Lungay from Monster was fun too. He was very different. One of my all-time favorites is Joker in Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe. I did love that. I love playing him. He was great. And I'm Raiden in the new Mortal Kombat that just came out, and also Raiden in the Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe where Joker's in also. So there's a lot of them, and it's tough, and they're all like my little children, and I love them all.
Hello. I met you yesterday, actually. You signed some things for me, so thank you so much for that.
My pleasure.
Actually, I want to become a voice actress someday, so I was wondering if you had any pointers or tips or ways to pursue such a career.
Go to medical school. No. The best tip I can give, people ask me that all the time too, and really the best tip I can give is just to become the best actor you can be. Study acting, train, take classes. I don't know if you're going to college now or whatever, but take performing arts, and they'll put you in the movement classes, voice classes, diction classes. They'll get you into all that stuff. And then once you do as many plays as you can and get as much experience as you can, and then get some training for a microphone behind the mic and that sort of thing. And if it's something you really want to pursue, you certainly can, but you just have to be really prepared. A lot of people think you can just jump in there and do it. And a lot of people come up to me and say, tell me that they have a great voice, and people tell them their whole life they have a wonderful voice. Well, just having a wonderful voice is not enough to compete. You really have to know how to read a script and how to make that character jump off the page and come alive. And So, you know, you really just have to be the best actor you can be when you go in that booth in order to be competitive. And if you do that, you know, and you have talent, you'll probably get some work. Good luck to you.